Okay, the fourth part of this tutorial on the subject of OpenProject will discuss strictly slack time and task crashing. Slack time being the amount of movement that we have available to us on the non-critical path that we can move tasks around in order to do resource leveling, and task crashing being obviously on the critical path such that a reduction in time or expediting that task would bring the end date in. Of course, we have to determine what the crash ratio is such that we would choose the task that can be expedited the least expensively and get the most benefit in end date compression in order for those to be cost effective. So as you can see from the schedule, I have zoomed all the way out as much as possible to be able to show the entire schedule. It looks very complex, much more complex than when it's zoomed in and you can see everything spread out a little bit more. But at least in this view, you can see the critical path very clearly. Let me bring it over further. Critical path is in red. So as a result, if the carpentry team, for instance, wasn't available when they needed to be, since they're a subcontractor, and we were told that they would be a month late in their availability, we could actually take that task and drag it out a month. And as you can see, it slid out but did not change the critical path nor the end date. So that was done with no impact to the schedule whatsoever, because we just basically used up some of the slack time in the carpentry task on the first project of the three. If we want to crash a task and actually bring the end date in for all three projects, we would have to choose a critical path task. As you can see, the critical path here is the combination of all three stadiums, not just each individual one, because this project plan is looking at the date of the last completion of the last stadium on 4/2/2012. So as I said, in order to crash the end date of the project, we would have to crash a task that is on the critical path. Crashing a task with slack time in blue would have no effect on the overall end date. So I will expand this out some so we can see more clearly what that effect is by looking at the last few tasks that are on the critical path for the overall projects. And I will take the concrete team task here and basically bring it in 1 month to here. And as you can see, now the overall end date here for the third project has also come in by 1 month. So by crashing that concrete task, we now require a carpentry team to be available earlier, but we are also getting the project done earlier. So the benefits and risks of that would have to be weighed for what the cost of that change is as compared to getting the projects done early. As you can see, OpenProject is a very useful tool for multi-project planning and scheduling and resource leveling. And I hope you enjoyed the tutorials. Thank you.